Panthers. Okay, so today's going to be the first steps or the first part of a two-part bigger project that will be finished tomorrow on Friday. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be drawing stacked teacups. And as you guys can see, I kind of broke this down into steps first for today. Our first step is we're going to be drawing these stacked teacups in pencil. Our second step, we're going to be tracing over everything in black. That could be black colored pencil, could be black pen, Sharpie, Flair pen, whatever you have. Afterwards, we're going to finally, step 3 is when we start adding our patterns, repetition, and designs on each individual teacup. So let me show you guys. On Friday, that would be tomorrow, is when we end up coloring this whole thing. And that's when you guys can really add that beauty and creativity to your drawings. So you might see, in my example here, I drew really small teacups because I got a whole bunch of them. You guys can make them bigger. So in this case, I made my teacups even bigger. So it filled the space and I didn't have to draw as many of them. It's really up to you as an artist how you want to draw and how many you want to draw of these stacking teacups. Okay, so I'm going to draw mine in pencil. So I'll trace with my Flair pen later. I'm going to get a good pencil with a good eraser, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to draw nice and lightly, so if I do need to make changes, I can. Okay, so stick with me here. I'm going to turn my camera around, and we are going to begin stacking our teacups and creating a really interesting composition. So first thing, I am going to start out with a squished circle up top, also known as an oval. And from here, I'm going to draw the sides of a teacup. Now my next one, because I want it to look a little topsy-turvy, I'm going to do a diagonal line. And I'm going to curve this around and curve this around so it looks like the top one is setting inside. And I draw the rest of the teacup. So let's see, I'm going to have this next one is going to go across like this. I can erase here. Have this curling inside. Once again, I'm going to draw lightly another teacup. So it looks like I have two going this way. I'm going to try going this way with my next teacup. Erase what's underneath so it looks like it's nesting inside. Curl it around, and draw kind of an arch. Oh, this is looking pretty good. I might do one more. Let's do one more. And I think I'm going to make just my bottom one sitting flat. I'm going to curl this around. Forgot to erase this little dip in here. That's why it's important to draw lightly. And I might make my bottom one a little fancy. Put a little foot in like a saucer maybe. Off my page. Okay, this is looking pretty cool. Next, I want to put some handles on my teacups. So over here, I might put a fancy one like this. Let's see, you guys can have, I might have a handle just kind of going over the side of one. Erase that little line. Let's see, this one looks like I can have a handle. You can change the handles. Remember, they need to be fancy teacups. So, you guys can do something like this. Oh, let's do one more over here. I love the little curled edge. Okay, awesome. So now your next step is going to be, let's draw right over our pencil with our Sharpie, or with our black colored pencil, or with black crayon, whatever you guys happen to have at home. And don't be afraid to turn your page if it's easier for you to reach in certain places without straining the position of your hand. If you guys can see, it's not going to be perfect, which is why I'll take my eraser and clean it up later on. So on each teacup, I want to see if you guys can create different patterns. So for this one, I'm going to do some vertical lines. Okay, repeated lines, that's a pattern. And I'll do some dashed ones in between. So it looks like thick, dashed, thick. That's another great pattern. And you can do a pattern on the handles if you want to, but you guys are going to go all the way up and create different patterns on each teacup. You don't want to just do 2. You want to have at least 3, 4, 5. The more the better when it comes to our stacking cups. It looks way cooler when we have a whole bunch of them. All right, students, post this first step onto Seesaw, and I can't wait to see these.